You know what a lot of business owners brag about? Revenue. You hear business owners tell you, oh, I did $1 million in sales this year, or I just closed a £50,000 deal, or I'm scaling to 7 figures. And then you sit down with them and ask, cool, that's all cool, but how much did you actually keep? And suddenly the room goes quiet. Because here's the thing, revenue is not the same as profit. You can be running £1 million business and still feel broke. You can be busy all the time and still have nothing left at the end of the month to show for it. And that gap between the revenue and the profit, that's what's keeping so many business owners like you stressed, stuck, and wondering why it never feels like they are winning. So today, I want to break this down. Okay, we're going to talk about why chasing revenue is a trap. We're also going to talk about the real difference between revenue and profit and how to spot where profit is leaking in your business. And lastly, I'm going to share with you 3 simple things you can implement right now to fix any profit leak in your business. Shall we? Okay. By the end of this video, you'll definitely see your business in a completely new light. You'll see it in a different way. And hopefully, you stop playing the wrong game at that time. Let me give you a story, okay? I once worked with an owner who told me proudly that we're doing £2 million a year in sales. And I thought, wow, that's impressive. But then I went deeper and asked, so what's your profit? And then he laughed and said, well, not much, maybe £60,000. At the end of the year, £60,000. Think about that. £2 million coming in, and the owner is basically taking home the same as someone working a regular job. And here is the kicker. He was more stressed than any employee I've ever met. Why? Because he had to keep chasing more and more sales just to cover up the costs. And then it hit me that the revenue game is an endless game, while the profit game is what gives you freedom. Revenue game is a race to the bottom. Trust me, it's an endless race. You keep running if you're chasing, if that is the main focus. Whereas profit is actually what gives you the freedom. You can impress people with big revenue numbers, but only profit pays your bills. Only profit gives you the breathing room. Only profit buys you freedom. Here's a shift that I want you to see right now. Just like the popular saying on the streets that revenue is vanity, profit is sanity. Chasing more and more revenue without fixing your profit is like pouring water into a leaky bucket. No matter how much you had, it will never fill up. And here is the roller coaster flow of it, of how it happens. You get more sales, and then you hire more people to deliver, and then your costs go up. And then you take on more jobs just to cover payroll. And then your margin starts to shrink and you're working harder, but nothing is left for you. And therefore you feel stuck, you feel broke, you feel burnt out. That's why so many business owners hit a wall. It's not that they can't sell. It's not that they're not good at what they do. It's that they never learn to keep the money they make. Here's what's really happening. In fact, let's make this simple. Revenue equals all the money that comes in, while profit is what's left after expenses have been paid. If you're making 500,000 in revenue, your expenses are 480,000. That means you only have 20,000 left in profit. Okay? That means you're working like crazy for less than a minimum wage, basically. So why does this happen? 3 main reasons. Reason number 1, pricing is too low. Most business owners undercharge because they are scared of losing customers. Okay? Cost is too high. Money leaks. Now, the second reason is high costs. Costs are too high. Money leaks everywhere. Unnecessary subscription, overstaffing, waste in general. And the third reason is no clear profit plan. They never set aside money to track margins. So profit is something that just happens in their business or doesn't. Here's the big truth. Profit doesn't just happen. Profit is designed. And if you don't design for it, your business will eat every penny you make. Basically, let's talk about how to fix this. I'll give you 3 simple practical steps that you can implement this week to fix this. The first step is tracking, obviously. Okay, write down your revenue and expenses, your last 3 months of expenses. Write everything down. Don't complicate it. Just 2 columns is enough. Okay, what came in, what went out. This will show you your real profit margin. Third step is cut or raise. Now, if your profit margin is less than 15%, you've got 2 options. Cut costs, that is, cancel unused softwares, renegotiate supplier contracts, stop waste. Okay, that's the long and short of it. Stop any wastage. Then, secondly, you raise your price. Even a 5 to 10% increase can massively improve your margin. Don't underestimate any little increase. Now, the third step is to pay yourself first. Set aside a percentage of every sale as profit. For example, 10%. Okay, treat it like a bill that you owe yourself. This forces your business to live within its means and stop you from working for free. Now, none of these are fancy, but when you put them together, they shift your business from busy but broke to actually profitable. Here's my final bottom line. Revenue looks good on paper. Profit feels good in real life. If you're chasing revenue, you will always fall behind. You always feel behind. You keep running and you never arrive. If you focus on profit, you'll finally feel free. Don't get me wrong, please. I am not remotely understating the importance of revenue. Revenue is important. Revenue matters. That's the top line tracking that you have. But you should only use it as a fuel, okay? Profit is what builds wealth. Profit is what gives you freedom. Profit is what lets you step away without any panic. So the next time someone brags about eating 7 figures, don't ask them how much they sold. Ask them how much they kept. Because at the end of the day, the only number that matters is the one that ends up in your pocket and not the other way around. So finally, if this shifted how you think about your business in any way, I want you to stick around on this channel, because the truth is most small businesses out there don't need to work harder, or most small business owners out there don't even need to work harder or sell more stuff. They just need to fix their margin and start keeping more of what they've already earned for themselves. And that is what I'm here to help you to do. So once again, if you find this video very helpful and you think you have someone else in your connection that might find it helpful as well, send it to them, share it with them, help them, let them learn. Until next time, take it easy.